Hi, this is Izzy, Women of Truth International Forum, uh, where truth reigns. I was talking about how I was told to leave the court because Paul Uduma came with Regina Washington and Michelle Cunningham. And in the community where we opened this our business, they knew the truth, they saw the truth. Um, the question is, why didn't why didn't America step in to say no, we know the truth. Uh, you're not supposed to be doing this to this woman. There's a way the law works, and there's a way the law of America works, most especially America. But sometimes when people talk about the law of America, there are things that they don't know. If you have not been involved in the system, I keep saying this. If you come to abroad and get a job, get certification and get a job, and do your normal shifts, go back to your house and sleep, there are too many things you don't know about America. Yes, it applies even to Canada, London, and every other part of the world. It does, because if you're not inside, if you're not the inner caucus of anything or any organization, you won't know what is happening there. And America is one of it. Even in the system, there's a whole lot of things that happens in American system that when we come, you don't know. And if you don't know, you don't know. It doesn't stop those things from happening. They are happening. The question is, how do you get yourself integrated into the system and be able to know that these things happen? I'm telling about the story about what happens in my own office that I came to America and labored and built. People say the women that are suffering, women that are doing this, it's because they didn't do nothing. That's why men. Listen, I keep making a categorical statement. For the fact that my children turned out good, or my children managed to navigate the situation that Paul has put us through, doesn't mean that every child should go through that. It does not necessarily mean that. For the fact that I'm alive today, talking on this YouTube, that I am alive this morning, making this video, doesn't mean that any single woman should go through what I've gone through. That is the reason for Women of Truth International Forum. Enough is enough. And when I say these things, people say you're just a topic. I'm not angry with men. I don't have anything with men. I don't have any issue with men. No man ever abused me before even I got married. I didn't have any sex with any whatever before I got married. I was intact. I kept myself. I had a covenant with my God and with my body because I don't have a body that any man will play with. So for me to even accept to give myself to Paul Uduma, if it did not come under the auspice of God said and God said, that would not have happened. There is nothing so unique about Paul Uduma that would have made me to reduce myself to Paul Uduma and to be able to be obedient to do all the things we did from Africa. Do you know how many business Paul insisted that we build before he decided to make sure that this one that is now bringing money, that he's going to push me out and the children and control it and take it to whoever that he wants to take it? You know how many business? Paul built stove. Paul wrote how many books? Paul built machine to press stove. It's in OBDK's house. Paul opened a furniture business. You want me to keep counting? And all of these businesses, I was the lead support of it. This woman talking in this video was the lead support of it. So when when women are opening their mouth to talk because they think they have a son, and you don't want to go and train your son, really? You need to go and train your son. If a man is ever making up his mind to stop any woman on the streets and say, I love you, you must have done your due diligence to make sure that you are okay as a man or as a young man. I don't care what anybody tells me because I knew who I was or knew who I am when Paul met me. Paul didn't meet a woman that was ready to open her leg for him. Paul didn't meet a girl that was ready to get pregnant because she was desperate of a husband, of a man. Paul met a complete super sweet wonderful lady. As at the time Paul met me, you remember when we had Progress Bank in Nigeria? I had almost 1 million in the account. 1 million naira. 1 million. 100,000 into 10. How much is it? Is it not 1 million? 1 million naira. That was then. That was then. As a small girl growing up. So I didn't accept Paul's hand because Paul had money. No, Paul had nothing. The people that were even coming to marry me, they will carry me in their car, me and Paul, and go and give us good afang soup in a restaurant. And this so-called Paul will sit down and eat and still come back and lobby me and say, God said. So we need to be careful. That's why I'm talking about the church. We need to be careful. There are people that have integrity. When they commit themselves into something, it's not as easy as you think, jump in and jump out. No. And I'm one of those. I'm not that kind of personality that will come and, come to you, to your house, because you have money. I'm coming around you so that I will come and eat your food. No. My mother that gave birth to me was given to the whole world. My mother will cook with a big pot. In my community, they know my mom. My mother will open our house. Everybody that passes, my mother will say, please, so come, our food is ready. So I don't know anything that I really needed from anybody. I didn't need nothing from anybody. It doesn't really mean that we were rich. But this is the thing. I grew up with this contentment of a spirit of a person. And that makes me to navigate tough situations and be able to bring out the best out of it. Do I want every woman to go through that? No, sir. It's not going to happen. I think I'm a lamb for sacrifice, and it has to end with me. So that was how Garland Municipal Court asked me to leave the courts with begging and pleading that they are going to return the money that was used to bail me, that I did nothing. That everything that Paul is doing is absolutely wrong. That is just that, for whatever reason, they don't know why I don't want to deal with this man in American courts. That they would have handled this man, that I will see it with my eyes. But for the fact that I don't want to get a lawyer to bring this man to them, that is only what is making this man walk around as a free human being. Otherwise, everything that they have seen, this man is not supposed to be walking around America as a free human being. So who was now the person that was not free? He was the innocent person. You see what truth is? You see why I keep telling you people, most times, majorities are wrong. I, the innocent person, I was now the victim. I was now the person that was arrested, put in jail because of Regina Washington. Because Regina Washington is the one that gets patient for us. She's the one that gets patient for us. So for whatever reason, Regina Washington started conniving with Paul. I don't know what she was doing with Paul. Whether they were having sex, I don't care. It's none of my business. I don't care. Like people came out and tell me when Paul loaded container and go to Ghana, and she's going to have it. He met a Ghana lady. He's having sex with a Ghana lady. I said, look, I don't care about all of these things. I have all this entourage of community that Paul brought, children that we need to train. And this man doesn't think he should sit down and listen to me for us to plan on how we are going to train these children. And you're telling me Paul should not train these children. Am I right? I should be the one running around as crazy as I have been running to train these children so that I will become a wonderful woman. Am I right? You people should go and sit down, African women or white women, wherever you are. If a man have a sex with a girl or a child, make sure you train that child. It's your penis that you used to have sex with that woman. The woman did not just go on the street and drank water and that pregnancy came. If a man have a sex with a woman, make sure you train that woman. That is Women of Truth International Forum. So that's how it happened. I left the courts. So me being on YouTube to be talking, I'm not just on YouTube to talk so that you see me and know I can. I don't even know how to talk. But I thank God at least somehow you can hear my voice. I'm speaking English. You can hear my English. Women have committed a lot of atrocities on this planet Earth. Through presidents, through senators. You that is advocating as a woman, how have you lived your life? You're now married, am I right? You don't want somebody to sleep with your husband, am I right? I want to ask you a question. How many young men did you sleep with before you married your husband? You people call it body count, am I right? I'm asking a simple question. How many body counts did you have before you married your husband? Now you've married your husband, you want your husband to be saved, or you want your wife to be saved. How did you protect yourself? How did you protect your territory? How did you live a decent, honorable life and say, you know what? I don't want anybody to do this to me, so I don't want to do it to somebody. How did you do that? Did you live that way? So then you have the courage to tell somebody, don't come close to my husband, or don't come close to my daughter. This my daughter is so beautiful. I don't want you to come and have sex with her. Or this my son, don't come and destroy my son. But did you sleep around with other people's husband, other people's sugar daddy, other people's father, and caused problem in their home that they could not take care of their wives and their children? And so what do you expect? What do you expect? I did not sleep around. I will appreciate that somebody will say, after all, your husband have done what he said. Yes, that is who he has made himself to be. And it's up to him. I'm going to live the life that I've made myself to be. And I'm so proud of the life that I'm living, and I'm still going to live it. Okay? I'm not going to take any person's husband, any person's son, any person, sidetrack you from your family and your children and say you should take care of me and not take care of your family. I'm not going to do that. So I can still see the favor of God in this covenant that I had with God. I can see the favor of God. I am telling you the gospel truth. If I tell you how God has helped me, if not for the favor of God, I don't think I would have been able to go through all that I've been through. And so God has been faithful. What am I saying today if you're hearing my voice? Why are you on YouTube? Is it to be heard? Is it to be seen? Is it to just talk? If you're on YouTube, to make sure you're making an impact that is going to heal our world, because our world is sick. We are really hurting. That is why our children are not even finding it funny. Because we do all of these things, we push them, when push comes to shoves, and we think these things are not really going to come back to us. Even in Africa, like I said, how many destructive families did you people create? And now you want a good family? You don't think it's still going to come back to you? I don't care about how many times you've gone to church to pray. You need to live a decent life. You need to affect people. Let your life affect positivity to people. Don't think you can do everything you are going to do in the secret and still hide around. It's not going to happen. Please, this is Women of Truth International Forum. I want you to subscribe to this video as you listen and hear to my voice. A woman gave a child to you and she's taking care of that child. That woman is being productive while she's taking care of that child. Women should go and sit down. Look, for the fact that I'm juggling up and down, I'm doing 3 jobs, doing that to help out my children, it doesn't mean that it has to be that way. And so if I see a woman that a young man is taking care of, I am happy for you. That is what it's supposed to be. Most of the white ladies that I lived with in McKinney, they did not work. In fact, when I was doing homeschooling, when it was like, oh, the children could not pass, they could not do that, I resorted to doing homeschooling. Who paid me? Who paid me salaries? I did homeschooling for how many years that my kids went back to McKinney school and had straight A's. 6 children went back to school. Those children who were failing, they had straight A's. McKinney Independent School were calling me, Mrs. Uduma, what did you do? I said, I don't know. I don't know. But you want me to tell you the experience that I went through that homeschooling? You want me to tell it to you? That's an episode of another day. I will bring that up and tell you. You want me to tell you the stress that America put me through while I was doing those homeschooling? In fact, my lawyer had to call me and say, listen, you're one of the best women I've ever seen from Africa. Don't allow our people to destroy you. My lawyer said, this is the way I want you to follow things. And I did it that way. It worked. because there's a way American system works. The same children they wanted to insist to put on special education, that's the same children that want scholarship through this woman that did nothing. Oh, she's not doing anything. Ah, she's not doing anything. Push her out. She's not doing anything. Everything belongs to me. You people don't know that men are crazy. Men are. All through I stood for men in my entire life, begging women, please take care of them. Forgive them. Please don't do this. Did it mean that my husband was doing everything right now? In fact, when I come in, I will tell my husband, I say, you know, I'm the one that is covering you. You know, I'm the covering. I'm the coverage of you. Paul, this is the way you behave. And this is exactly what other men are doing that you think they are worse than you. Paul, they are not. It's just that I made up my mind to keep quiet. And I said, you know what? I'm not going to be the one that is going to bring you out into the limelight. If it has to happen, you're going to be the one that is going to do it. And exactly my husband was eventually the one that brought himself to the world. It wasn't me. Because before now, nobody will hear my voice. Does it mean that everything that happened was all wonderful? No, it wasn't. Hi, this is Izzy, Women of Truth International Forum. I want you to subscribe to this video. Please, I want you to hit the notification button. More is coming your way. If I went through all this, I'm not depressed. I don't have any mental problem. I'm not sick. Who could it have been who did this? It's God. That's why you see me dance. That's why you see me rejoice. My children say, Mommy, I've never seen any woman like you. I want to thank you for all that you are doing for us. I love everyone. I want you to subscribe to this video. And I want this to keep changing you. Let it be a positive way of changing you. Because all we are talking about in this life is to make things better. People are crying. Our world is in terrible problems. Who is going to deliver us? Who is going to help us out? There are a lot we need to begin to do in our community, in our children, in anybody we meet, so that we'll be able to effect positivity of change, so that things will be better. This is Izzy, Women of Truth International Forum. Join me in this forum. This is a forum of truth. This is a forum where women, where men, you come and have rescue. To be honest, I mean, if you're a man, you want to know what it means. There are ways you can learn how to take care of a woman and you will be happy. You see, all this fighting, all this dragging, all this therapy, it's not helping anybody. We need to come back to the consolation, to the foundation that God gave to us when He instituted relationship and when He made us. Because He made us in His image. I don't care what churches have done. Churches have not done any wonderful thing, because one of the most horrible abuses happen in the church. Of course, we were in the church. I'm still in the church. Happens in the churches. So I need you to subscribe to this video. I need you to be delivered from this video. Whether man, whether a woman, mother-in-law, sister-in-law, I need you to subscribe to this video. Hit the notification button. I love you.